The man in yellow is targeting Julie specifically. By the end of season 3, a new threat had emerged that made the monsters look minor by comparison. The man in yellow is something different. He operates in daylight. He killed Jim Matthews in front of his daughter, and unlike anything else in the town, he seems to have a plan. Before he killed Jim, he said 4 words that have been echoing ever since. Knowledge comes at a cost. In the season 4 trailer, those exact words appear painted on walls in a barn. He is not hiding anymore. He is making a point, and he is not talking to the town. He is talking to Julie specifically. As a story walker, she can move through time, revisiting moments from the past that nobody else can access. The man in yellow knows exactly what she is. That phrase painted on the wall is not a warning, it is a dare. And the way he said it to Jim before killing him, there was no menace in it, just anticipation. He has been waiting for someone like her to finally show up. There is already evidence this is true. In season 1, episode 2, a monster that looks like a teenager walked up to Julie on the colony house porch and asked, "Julie, don't you recognize me?" Not "I know you." He asked if she recognized him as if she was the one who should remember. The theory is that somewhere in Julie's future travels through time, she crosses paths with this creature. He remembers that meeting. She doesn't because for her it hasn't happened yet. And those bloody scratches on her cheek when she tried to save Jim, he may be exactly how she got them. The man in yellow operates in that same space where the past and future are already settled, and Julie is the only one who doesn't know how her own story ends. Smiley's return changes everything. For 3 seasons, the town has operated on one fundamental assumption, that the monsters can be killed. Boyd built an entire leadership around that belief. Every strategy, every sacrifice, every rule the community lives by was constructed on that foundation. Then Smiley came back. Boyd passed the worms to Smiley. Smiley died, and that act broke the monster's agreement with the main entity. The resurrection ritual followed. Fatima gave birth, and Smiley returned. If killing a monster is not an ending, but just another step in the cycle, then none of it works anymore. You cannot fight your way out of something that simply returns. You cannot protect people from a threat that death does not stop. The trailer shows Boyd being dragged underground by an arm reaching up from the earth. He says, if we push too hard, something will push back. Season 4 is going to force the town to reckon with this early. Because the moment everyone understands that the monsters don't stay dead, the real panic sets in. The monsters are no longer just a threat at night. They are a cycle, and you cannot break a cycle by fighting the same way. The town is about to split in 2. Boyd has held this community together through 3 seasons of unrelenting horror, but the trailer makes clear that season 4 is where that finally breaks. And not because of the monsters, because of the cost of knowing the truth. The reincarnation reveal was season 3's biggest moment. Jade and Tabitha discovered they are the reincarnated souls of Christopher and Miranda, 2 people from a previous cycle who tried and failed to save the ghost children. The man in yellow killed Jim the moment that knowledge surfaced, as if punishing them for having it. So the question now isn't just what do you do with that knowledge, it's whether using it is worth what it costs. That is where the split comes from. One group keeps fighting. Jade, who has spent 3 seasons being pulled toward the truth by visions he couldn't explain, is not going to stop now. But another group looks at the body count and decides that every time they push, people die. That survival is enough. Boyd sits at the center of that divide. His body and mind are already falling apart, and when the person holding everything together is the one coming undone, the community doesn't just split, it collapses. Julie created every problem she's trying to fix. Being a story walker sounds like a superpower. It is not. Ethan has already explained the rule. Julie can visit chapters, but she cannot change them. What she can do is create new loops, building events that then become permanent history. She has already done it without realizing. Julie dropped a rope into a well to save Boyd. That single act set off the entire chain of events that led to Martin, the worms, Smiley's death, Fatima's pregnancy, and Elgin losing his eye. None of that happens without her. She thought she was fixing things. She was the cause. And then she tried to save her father. She knew where and when Jim would die, but not how or by whose hand, because she still doesn't understand that she cannot change what's already written. This is the same logic as Lost. Whatever happened, happened. The characters on that show caused the very incident they were trying to prevent. Every trip Julie takes is another thread pulled, another loop created, another consequence she won't see coming. She is not the solution. She may be the engine behind more of the town's misery than anyone realizes. Victor's imagination built the monsters. In Victor's father's house, on a shelf in the children's bedroom, sits a card game called Old Maid, a deck from the 1930s where players pair illustrated characters together. A milkman, a cheerleader, a cowboy, a ballerina, a housemaid, a nurse, a grinning red-haired man named Harry. Those are the monsters, every single one of them. The theory is that children can shape this place with the power of their imagination, and Victor, alone and terrified as a young boy, unconsciously gave the creatures their appearance based on familiar images from that very deck. That is also why there is electricity in the houses with no wires and no power source. Children know that flipping a switch makes a light come on, they just do not know how. The town runs on childhood logic, and it goes further. The monsters always move in pairs, male and female, paired together during Smiley's resurrection ritual, standing in a specific order, just like the Old Maid deck, where the entire point of the game is forming matching pairs. Victor did not just give them their faces, he may have given them their rules. The only child in the town right now is Ethan. Whatever he imagines next may already be on its way. Eloise Kavanaugh is still alive. Victor is the sole survivor of the 1978 cycle, the last time a group of people were trapped in the town. His sister Eloise was with him during that massacre, and Victor told their father he found only pieces of her afterward. But Victor is a traumatized man whose memory has already proven unreliable. He misremembered Christopher, he misremembered Jasper, he misremembered details about the boy in white. So why does his account of Eloise get a pass? Her death was never shown on screen. Victor told us she was always the best at hide and seek. Someone has been planting vegetables near the lake. Someone tied up the goat Boyd found wandering. And when Kenny and Jim heard something enter the settlement at night, it didn't speak. Monsters always speak. This was a human, a terrified one, encountering living people for the first time in decades. Someone has also been maintaining the protective symbols carved into the huts, that monsters never enter, symbols that require knowledge and intention to keep working. With Victor's father confirmed alive and his mother reincarnated as Tabitha, a full Kavanaugh family reunion in season 4 is exactly the kind of gut punch this show would go for. Clara has been here before. Clara is always somewhere she shouldn't be. She was on the roof with no explanation for how she got there. She skipped the meeting but knew exactly what was discussed. After she appears, visions tend to follow. She is the last person anyone would suspect, and in a story built on cycles and people carrying out roles they don't fully understand, that makes her exactly the right person to suspect. The detail that matters most. She appears in the drawings inside Miranda's van. Those drawings depict the residents from the 1978 cycle, when Victor was still a child. Clara was there then. She may have been there for every cycle. Not as a survivor, but as a monitor, placed inside the community to ensure events keep unfolding the way this place needs them to. Every time someone gets too close to the truth, every time a vision surfaces or a meeting takes a dangerous turn, Clara is nearby. That is not coincidence. She is the cause. The boy in white has said this cycle is different, that things are no longer unfolding the way the town needs. If that is true, Clara's role in season 4 is to fix that. And the most dangerous kind of threat is the one that has been sitting at the table the whole time. Julie is the most important character. Step back and look at what Julie's powers actually mean for the story. Boyd, Kenny, Ethan, and the rest will continue to matter, but none of them can do what Julie can do. She is the only person who can move through the town's history firsthand. Not through flashbacks, not through Victor's fragmented memories. She can go there herself. Every answer, the show still owes us the full history of the ritual, the origin of the monsters, the truth about the children. Julie may be the one who uncovers it by living through it. And while she cannot change the past, what she learns there can shape everything that happens next. But here is the other side of that. The man in yellow said it himself. Knowledge comes at a cost. He is not threatened by Julie's ability. He is looking forward to it. He already knows what she is going to find when she goes back. And whatever it is his favorite part. Julie may be the only person who can end this. She may also be walking straight into the thing that finally breaks her.